Hello guys, welcome back to GRAZYTV. If you guys saw last week's video, I said that was a top notch for the stories that I've ever covered, but buckle up for today's story. If you guys are interested in psychology or study it, you have to listen to this story because I am so confused what is going on in this lady's head. Like always, before we get started, I am looking, I'm not wearing anything too fancy today, but I really like this top. It is so girly. I just thought this top was so cute. I put a picture on my Instagram and my black heart earring. Now, I do not have a sponsor for today's video, but I thought I wanted to show some appreciation for small businesses. I know that because of the pandemic and COVID, everybody's mood and everything is down right now. So today, I wanted to give a shout out to the Blue Box Bath. I've been using this and I've been a loyal customer for about 3 years now. I purchase it every time. The products are one of the highest quality bath products that I've ever tried. Oh, it smells so good. This is called the Fifth Dimension. My second favorite thing is the Dead Sea Salt Body Scrub. The quality of this body scrub is amazing. It leaves your body so moisturized. If you guys love high quality handmade ingredients, click the link down below. It's not an affiliate link, but I love this company so much that I had to get a code for you guys, which I had the code for a long time. Today, we're going to be talking about a lady named Cole. I'm just going to pronounce it as Go. The real pronunciation is Cole, but it's hard to do that when I'm speaking English. So when this case happened back in 2014, she was 35 years old. Now, this case shook Korea back then because her actions literally makes zero sense. There's no motive for what she actually done. Now, take a look at these pictures from her old Instagram and Kakao profiles. As you could see, I mean, this is a lady that seems like she's living a lavish lifestyle, eating expensive meals, shopping sprees, living a very free life. It seems like she's also doing like belly dancing as well. She also run an expensive car, they said. Now, one odd factor we have to look at this is if you see her Instagram post, it seems like there's almost no one commenting or liking the post. Later on, people even found out that in her DMs, messagings, she had no one that she talked to. It's almost as if she was doing this just for herself, wanting to be seen, wanting to appear lavish, seeking some sort of attention that is very different than the normal person. I mean, so how was she able to afford this lifestyle without having a real job? Now, technically, she had the job as a prostitute, I guess, where she most likely also had people that were kind of paying for her things. We're gonna get into how she would technically able to afford these things later. So in her chat messages, when she was talking to all different kinds of men, what she would do is ask them, are you going to treat me good? Are you going to respect me? You're going to do everything a girl says, right? So this is the typical kind of conversation that she would start with. Interesting thing is, when a man would respond to her very aggressively or in a way she did not want, she would just block that person. But then to the men that responded to her very kindly or the way she wanted to, or when a man responded, yes, I'll treat you nicely, that's the men that she targeted or wanted to meet up. So it seemed like she was purposely picking men that could not overpower her. I mean, just looking at these messages, it seems like she's really wanting some kind of compassion, love, to be loved or to be accepted. Now, in one chat room, she met a man named Cho. He was in his 50s, he was married with kids, and in one of the chat rooms, she said to him, let's be a loving couple who shares many things, and the man said, okay, I will. Now, one day, Mr. Joe told his wife and lied and said that he had a job interview when he was actually going to meet Lady Go. It was on May 26, 2014 when Joe and Go decided to meet up. When they met up, they decided to go into Go's car and drive into the motel. In the CCTV footage at 3:36 p.m., you could see they met up and went inside this Buin motel. Buin motel is something that you guys probably never heard of. It's a thing in Korea where you just register by yourself and there's a parking lot for each room. So you don't need to meet anyone that's working, no staff, no receptionist at the motel. It's very private. Obviously, people go here for privacy reasons. The night of May 26th, you see Mr. Joe going into the nearby convenience store to buy some alcohol and then going up to the room again. Unfortunately, this is the last time he is seen ever alive. On May 27th, which is my freaking birthday again. Like, I've done cases where things happen on my birthday. I'm like, anyway, on May 27th, you see Miss Go leaving the motel room at around 11 a.m.-ish, then returning at night after 7 p.m. Now, do you see her shoes? This is really interesting because you see like her wearing like motel shoes or like a man's slippers kind of looking shoes, and she comes back with heels. heels. She's also holding many shopping bags like she went on some kind of shopping spree. A little while later that night, she is seen grabbing a big travel bag from her car and then going back up. Now the next day, the 28th, she's seen carrying the same travel bag, this time with something heavy inside, and she does this 2 times. It is believed that on the night of May 26th or the morning of the 27th, Go killed Joe with a knife. The knife was actually deep inside his throat and stomach areas. Now if you see the knife that Go used, it is wrapped in tape. Professionals say usually suspects will wrap tape around the knife to make it not slip. So she knew what she was doing and she was kind of prepared. Another thing that people wondered was how did Miss Go overpower Joe, who was a man? And police believe that probably Go attacked him when he was very defenseless, probably when he was in his sleep or when he really wasn't paying attention. He also had no weapons and he was probably very defenseless and disadvantaged at this time. Now the sick thing is, obviously the murder had to happen on the night of the 26th or the morning of 27th. Go stayed in the hotel for 2 extra days until the 28th. This means she stayed with the body for 2 days, and people believe that she did this because she needed to possibly drain the blood out to make it easier to move the body. The crazy thing is, during these 2 days when she went out, as we see in the CCTV, she went shopping with Joe's card. During her shopping, she bought some makeup. She went on a jewelry shop and went a shopping spree for $3,000. She also brought some cleaning supplies and big travel bags, again the one that she used to clean up Joe's body. Lastly, she went to a chainsaw shop and bought a chainsaw, and police believe this is what she used to cut up Joe's body because he was seen in 2 different bags. For the shop owners that saw Go that day and remembers her, describe her appearance as Cleopatra-like. Now again, in Korea, a lot of the time suspect faces are covered or blurred, so we don't know exactly what they look like. But here is an unblurred picture that we were able to find. But when people describe her as a Cleopatra-like, I think they're meaning like she had heavy makeup on, she has long black hair. It seemed like she really likes to present her outer appearance. After the 2 days in the motel, she drove to her house where she did not dispose the body right away. And for 2 extra days, it shows that she searched in her computer for disposal areas. Prior to this whole motel thing happening, it was also shown in her computer that she searched for knives and she purchased all these items before, which again means it was pre-planned. Finally, on May 31st, she disposed the body in 2 separate locations. One was on a random street near a construction site, which is mind-baffling because why would you just throw a body in front of a building where a lot of people are walking by? And the second bag in a farm-like area, which they said these 2 locations were 44 kilomiles away, which is around 27 miles, which is very far. After this incident, she went on with her life to keep on messaging other men. There was one guy that she actually decided to meet up with just a couple days later, but fortunately before that happened, she was caught through DNA. Thank God she was caught because experts believe 100% that she is capable of being a serial killer, and she was out there to do this to a lot of people. When she was doing the live reenactment, where in Korea you have to live reenact what you did in front of the cameras and police, and this is used as one of the evidence, she lied to the police and says that she doesn't remember, she did not do this, it's not her. Then this is the real crazy part that has shook Korea. During the interrogation, she started to stick to her story that she was being harmed by Mr. Joe. She said that Mr. Joe was trying to rape her, trying to attack her, and that's the reason why she did what she did. This is a shocking part. When they were talking about this incident and the murder, she started to laugh. Like, she legit laughed during the interrogation. When police questioned her, "Why are you laughing?" she said, "Oh, it's scary." Professionals saw this as a sign of someone having inappropriate emotions during the wrong times. This actually reminds me of the Joker. You know, like Joker in the movie had some kind of condition where he was laughing during the wrong times, like inappropriate emotions. Then out of nowhere, she added onto the story that the reason why she did what she did was because she heard voices inside her head telling her to do this. But looking into Miss Go's lifestyle before this, it was kind of shocking how she was actually getting by. She was actually in a lot of debt and owed a lot of money too. She couldn't even pay for her apartment bills. The owner of the apartment had to take away her deposit money because she was just not paying. Apartment owner said she was turning up the heating all the way up, making the apartment really hot with the windows open without paying the electric bills. I mean, the heating system electric cost a lot. She also had many luxury bags, even though she couldn't even afford her apartment bills. There was a lot of unopened items from shopping. It seemed like she liked shopping. She also could not even pay for her expensive car that she was driving. She was on the verge of getting everything pretty much taken away before this incident. So going back, was the motive money? But technically, I mean, she could have threatened the guy. She could have been like, you know, I'm gonna tell your wife and kids that you've been doing this if you don't give me $1,000. But at the same time, the men that she picked, it's not like they were super rich or anything. So police don't even believe that the motive was money. Digging more into her history, police found that she had a 4-year-long relationship that ended previously. This relationship seems to be mixed with money. I mean, it seemed like she kind of liked them, they liked each other, but it was also mixed in with like him taking care of her. So people don't really know the actual motive for this relationship. It's kind of complicated. But when this relationship ended, it seemed like she had a really hard time and she went on this nervous breakdown. And professionals believe that when this relationship ended and she had no way of reaching out to this man again, she decided to take the anger and outrage on other men. In the interrogation, she keeps referring Mr. Joe, the guy she met one time for only a couple hours, as the bad guy. Professionals believe that she was trying to connect the stranger to her ex. Maybe she was trying to send the ex a message through killing a stranger. Maybe this was the way of her getting attention again. Going back to the social media, when we said she didn't have any friends, police looked through her phones, her contact list, and usually, you know, we have, you know, close friends and people that we talk with, and police found that she had no friends, like no one that they could actually reach out to and see if they were even close to her, and she had no one, which makes you wonder why she did the things that she did. Was it because she just wanted friends, some kind of attention seeking? It's like she wanted compassion but in a sick way. So there were very few acquaintances that kind of knew her, and they describe her as someone that always dressed very sexy. She was very provocative at many times. Interrogators who met her and interviewed her said she was very flirty but also very soft spoken. Professionals who evaluated her diagnosed her with something called histrionic personality disorder, and I believe she also agreed that she had something like this. Histrionic personality disorder is a mental health condition that affects the way a person thinks, perceives, and relates to others. A person with this disorder seeks attention, talks dramatically with strong opinions, is easily influenced, has rapid changing emotions, and thinks that relationships are a lot closer than they actually are. Also, one big factor about this disorder is that they usually get uncomfortable if they do not get the attention that they believe that they deserve. So I believe that this played a very big factor in the way that she perceived relationships, the way she perceived the world. The scary part is police still believe that there was really no motive here. There was no reason why she picked this person, killed this person for no reason or no big motive other than the fact that she does have some kind of disorder. In court, she tried to use the 심신미약 excuse, which is the insane category, but because she showed absolute no remorse in court, and evaluation by professionals show that she is perfectly capable of decision making, the court actually decided not to take her plea deal. Even though the court did not believe her insane category, they did say that she does have a unique case of personality disorder which likely caused her to commit the murder. Therefore, she was sentenced to 30 years in jail, and actually a lot of people did not get this sentencing because she was 35 years old when this happened. So 30 years later, she's gonna be only like 60 something going on her 70, which means she'll still be possibly alive, and these days people still live to like 90 years old. So what happened if she's out when she's like 65 and decides to do this to other people again? I mean, if she was able to seduce men, I mean, why wasn't she able to attention seek to just normal friends? I mean, I just don't understand a lot of things. I'm trying to like put the puzzles together. So if you guys are into psychology and things like that, let me know what your opinion is and what really was the motive, if there was no motive, which is technically the case here. If you guys like this video, remember to share it with your friends, hit the like button to support my channel. See you guys in my next video.